It's the world's fastest motorsports series. The Red Bull Air Race Series puts the planet's best stick and rudder pilots head to head.
The World Championship just wrapped up in Las Vegas, and that's where we find AOPA Live's Paul Harrop.
Yeah, Tom, as this sign over my shoulder says, welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the 2015 Red Bull Air Race World Championship. It has been aviation's time to shine here in the desert, and all eyes have been on the skies of the Silver State. But it's not just airplanes that have had people's attention.
Number 21 Dolder cleared into the track. Smoke on.
From smoke on, it's race on. Each pilot flying around the course of pylons, racing the clock, and trying to be the fastest without penalties. All 14 masterclass pilots start the day ready to win, going head-to-head against another pilot in the round of 14. The 7 winners and the fastest loser advance to the round of 8. AOPA Ambassador Mike Goulian earning the oxymoron this time. In the round of 8, though, Mike was no match for Japanese pilot Yoshi Miroya, who won the qualifying round. But as the pilots tear up the desert sky, the sky starts to try to tear up the pilots.
Yesterday we were looking at the weather forecast for today, and the forecast of whatever it was, 20 gusting 40 knots changed to 30 gusting 50 knots.
As far as the conditions were concerned, the track definitely had some threats in it for hitting pylons at different wind directions. So yeah, you'd sort of have them in your head, and then you'd take off with the current conditions, which is exactly what happened on the round of 14. You know, took off, thinking that it was a 5 knot sou'wester, and then as you get clear into the track, Jimmy tells you it's now 20 gusting 25 easterly, and you go, right, that's completely changing how I want to fly this track.
The winds taking the blame for a number of pylon hits. But the weather held out just enough. In the final 4, Yoshi wound up at the bottom, German Matthias Dolderer taking the 3rd position, and Matt Hall winning the race with Paul Bonham taking the series.
Number 55 Bonham, 48.968 seconds, no penalties, and that holds you in 2nd place for this race, but congratulations, you won the World Championship for 2015.
Thank you, guys.
Paul giving a victory roll as he learns the news.
I have to say that's really exciting to watch in person. You don't fully appreciate the excitement until you've seen a Red Bull Air Race in person. Now, if you happen to follow international sports, you know the Brits and the Aussies have a bit of a bloody rivalry going on, and with Aussie Matt Hall winning the race here in Vegas and Brit Paul Bonham winning the point series this year, it's kind of a win-win between two bitter rivals. Now, the American aviators in this series, Kirby Chambliss and AOPA Ambassador Mike Goulian, not doing too well at all. Kirby flew an impressive round during qualifying, but dropped the ball during the championship, flying a sloppy several seconds behind. He says he has only himself to blame.
It's not my best day. Made a small mistake, and it cost me, and I didn't advance, to that Super 8, and we were really looking forward to that. Put in pretty good qualifying time. I knew I could do it, and, again, just kind of a silly mistake. Today, my team, they did a great job getting the airplane ready, coordinating everything, and then basically, the mistake that I made was just all on me.
Kirby says he will be back again next year to give it another shot, but one legend will not. Hungarian Peter Bezényei is known as the godfather of the Red Bull Air Races. He was key in getting it started, and he surprised everyone after his race, announcing he will be hanging it up. Peter says he wants to spend more time with his family and even get back into airshow flying.
I'm flying for 45 years, and last couple of tens of years my family and my friends miss a lot from home. And I think there's a time when I have to a little bit focus to my family, to spend more time with my family, and of course to a little bit spend more time with myself and with a friend.
It was quite emotional seeing other racers react to the news. Many of them consider Bezényei a father figure, a mentor in the race series. So a lot of heartfelt tributes being paid to him. But hey, as one storied career in the Red Bull Air Race Series winds to a close, perhaps others are being inspired. Our friends at Redbird Flight Simulations giving the public a chance to fly a motion sim or the AOPA-J outside of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. They could also pick up a copy of AOPA Pilot or AOPA Flight Training Magazine at the You Can Fly exhibit. Now, with so many airplanes flying so fast, so close to those iconic pylons, there's bound to be a few mishaps. Coming up next week, we'll take you inside the iconic Red Bull Air Race pylons and take a look at what goes into repairing them and getting them back in the air in as little as 90 seconds. So an exciting time here in Las Vegas, bittersweet as the 2015 Red Bull Air Race Series comes to an end here in the desert. But hey, what happens in Vegas doesn't necessarily have to stay in Vegas. The 2016 season will get going faster than we can even imagine. That's it from Sin City. We'll send it back to you. Tom, Melissa?
Thanks, Paul. That's some exciting and impressive flying for sure.
Yeah, it really is. But, Paul, it seems like the weather must have been a real pain for the racers.
Yeah, the weather really tried to grab the headlines here. Several rain showers popped up, and as they roared across the desert, they put out winds. We felt gusts there in the speedway, 15, 20 knots at times, and with the stands and the light poles and everything, there was some really weird rotors going on, and it made it really iffy, especially for the type of flying that they're doing there with the Red Bull Air Races. And Mike Cooling was actually asked the night before what he would do if the weather was just not that great. He said he would make a tough decision, and despite all the fans, despite all the interest, despite all the television cameras there, he would make a decision as pilot in command to not put his life in jeopardy. Obviously, a safe decision is a good decision, and fortunately the weather kind of held off enough to where he didn't have to make that. Back to you.